Hey guys, so you're welcome to episode 4 of this my analysis on David Hundeyin and his propaganda against show worry. So in this particular one, I'll be like going back to what I said in episode 1 and episode 2, where I said that David Hundeyin was hired in 2015 by Goodluck Jonathan and in 2022 by Peter Obi. Firstly, what is it that I think Goodluck Jonathan even did for Nigerians, did for the country as a president? Within 5-10 seconds, can you tell me one thing that you can remember that, okay, under Goodluck Jonathan, he did this thing, he did this thing? You cannot, because he did not fix electricity, he did not fix the healthcare, he did not fix education, he did not fix roads, he did not fix security. It was under him that Boko Haram started, and he couldn't deal with it as the commander-in-chief of this country. So his failure to deal with Boko Haram is what has made it become something that is now being politicized. Forget all this external, this thing that they keep saying and all those things. You as the number one man in the country, it's your duty to be president, not be biased. There will always be external forces, people trying to influence you. Nigeria is still a colonial state. We are operating under a new colonial system. So you as a president, it is your duty to look at for your people, regardless of any external pressure or external interferences, as he called them. So I don't know what is all this whitewashing of Goodluck Jonathan. Person will not do road to a village for how many years? Bayelsa was in darkness. Recently, if you even talk about when he did power, that's failure. Now, talking about now that is a political godfather of Bayelsa State. For over 2 years, Bayelsa no get lights. Over 2 years, no lights. Even there was a company that wanted to build a gas turbine. According to information I got, Goodluck Jonathan charged them a certain amount of money, which was, too much for them to pay. And this money is just like Deve. Okay, if you want to do this thing and you'll be making money for it to supply light to the people of Bayelsa, pay me my Deve. It was too much, and the company, bailed out, keeping them in darkness for almost 2 years, over 2 years or thereabout, before recently they started getting off and on lights. This is the political godfather of Bayelsa State. And the recent statistic from, is it not a Capital Index or whatsoever, this website, I'll put it in the screen there. It says that Bayelsa is the second state that has the poorest people. A state that is rich in crude oil, rich in natural, this water everywhere, trees everywhere. That if you are somebody that has brain, you use all those things to make money for the state. As a former governor and as a president for 6 years. Then into Peter Obi, that is also whitewashing for us, that anytime Showore exposes Peter Obi or say something about Peter Obi, they would just come out and be attacking Showore. What did Peter Obi do for Anambra State? Even more than that, because when you talk about these things, they will start attacking you. What is the policies that Peter Obi is proposing? This same fuel subsidy that Tinubu removed, he said he will remove it. This same devaluation, he said he would remove it. And recently, David Hundeyin went on an interview to condemn that fuel subsidy removal. And a tweet, I don't follow him, but a tweet when I was even talking about that, then a tweet was shared to me that he even tweeted something and said, apologized that at the time, which is around last year thereabout, that it was mistaken about this fuel subsidy removal, supporting capitalist policies and all those things that he has learnt. This is the problem that Showore has with people like Peter Obi and the establishment politicians. Because the ideology is different. The ideology is a capitalist ideology, not a socialist ideology. And it's only a socialist ideology that can give the people the benefit of their wealth. Capitalist is like a struggle, is survival of the fittest. That is what Nigeria is operating. That is why the strong is feeding on the weak. That is why a man like Dangote will have money that, that should belongs to millions of people. That is why Dangote can have a refinery and the government cannot have a working refinery because of capitalism. That is why the price of things are being controlled by businessmen who are profit driven instead of the government that is meant to protect and provide for the people. But when we say these things, it's as if we don't know what. But he said it himself. He said it himself that he's learning. Is this not the problems that Sowore has with these establishment politicians? It's all about policies, ideology, principle. Look at the kind of people that Peter Obi is mingling with. Who I won't become aside. People that is working with politically, telling you that at times if you want to fight evil, you have to mix with a certain type of evil. But this David Hundeyin, we attack Sowore anytime Sowore exposes these people as evil capitalists, as one and the same with the APC. They are all part of the ruling class, the establishment who would not see you enjoy the benefits of this country. That is the only crime that Sowore commits. That he exposes corruption, he exposes crime. That is the only crime he committed in 2015. Why David Hundeyin is still angry at him. That because Sowore exposed the crime, the corruption of Goodluck Jonathan, and APC took advantage of it, so he worked with APC. He brought APC into power. But the same Sowore is the one that helped bring Goodluck Jonathan into power. In 2010, when the Northern cabals were hiding the death of Yar'Adua, they were plotting to make sure that the death does not become a public news, even to the vice president, so that he will remain in that capacity as vice president and the cabals will continue controlling this country. That time, Sowore, he not do bad thing, no. But because now it's clear, Nigerians don't hate corruption. They just hate it when the person that is there in power, that is corrupt, is not their own person. That is the crime Sowore has committed. His consistency in exposing corruption from 1992, from Babangida must go to Abacha, must go to Abdul Salami, then to Obasanjo, and even some parts Yar'Adua, before Yar'Adua died. Because everybody see Yar'Adua as a saint and all those things because he reduced the price of fuel he removed 5 naira, 10 naira there. But there was still some illegalities going on under the Yar'Adua government. But at least his few years, like 2 years in government, it seems like is the best because Nigerians are used to people who come into power and increase things. They are not used to people even who feel like, let me remove 10 naira from the price of this commodity. That's what Yar'Adua did, and that's what Nigerians are still holding to today because they have been abused over the years. They have been abused from government to government. This is a system that people like David Hundeyin want to sustain. Because the people he is supporting, the people is attacking Sowore for Goodluck Jonathan and Peter Obi, they are all part of the system. When if they are not there, they will tell you that they will do better. But when they get there, they will not. Goodluck Jonathan had his chance for 6 years. 6 good years. I ask you again, what did Goodluck Jonathan do for this country? Electricity did not provide. Good road did not provide. Free healthcare did not provide. Even standard healthcare, even if we pay for it, it did not provide. Which hospital did he build? Which school did he build? Did he tackle insecurity? What did he do for this country as a president? That you will be believing a man attacking Sowore because of these people. You people lack class consciousness. They are just slaves who are in love with their masters. Because you move from one slave master that is harsher than the previous one, then the previous slave master all of a sudden becomes a saint or a good one. You people need to wake up. You people need to wake up. See you in episode 5, guys.